Pasture Sanitation Critters. These guys will be raking through, cleaning up all that manure and fertilizing our pastures. Today is the first day and we're gonna keep a close eye on this. If it doesn't work, if we start having a predator problem, we'll run that Premier One poultry netting around. But I think it's awesome that we can have our animals outside, roaming free, truly free ranging. Hey guys. There you go. So guys, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. This is your first time here, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back here. We're gonna get a lot of airplane traffic today because it's a gorgeous day, a very wind-free day. The chickens are in training mode right here, and we're right here beside the garden where we can chuck our garden veggies over here and give the chickens some roughage. And we have them surrounded by a Premier One poultry net. This is called the Eggmobile, and the Eggmobile was built right off the farm here. In other words, I dropped the trees, I cut the lumber right off the sawmill, and I took an old hay wagon and I built this coop. This coop is full of manure, and what we do every once in a while, we'll go in, scrape out, clean out the manure, and put it on a spot that needs a little more nutrition. These chickens have been fertilizing the yard, so they started way over there, and they have worked their way over to right here where they are. What we're gonna be doing today is we're finally taking down the poultry netting. These chickens are big enough now that they can fend for themselves. Really, the only predators that we might have during the day that come out would be from above, like a hawk, or potentially a fox. But they're big enough now that they can run from the fox, and these roosters are actually almost knee-high, so they can protect themselves, which is really cool. We lost 100 birds last year because they were too young, too juvenile, and they were all hens. We had no roosters. So we're gonna take them out into the cow pasture where we just moved the cows out of, and we're gonna set them free. It's really fun, it's really interesting, and these are our pasture sanitizers. In other words, wherever there's a cow patty, these chickens thrive. They scratch through the cow patties. About 2 weeks after the cows move off of a section of land, they eat all the larvae, and they scratch through and spread out the manure, which helps to fertilize. And what comes out of the butt of that chicken also fertilizes, super high nitrogen. So let's get over here. We're gonna go get the side-by-side, hook up to this guy. We're gonna pull it right down into the pasture. But before we go up and get the side-by-side, we're gonna show you how this Premier One poultry netting works. So right now, I've got the Premier One netting all set up for the chickens. This is an electrified poultry net. It requires an electric fence controller. This has power on it. This does not. So the line wires here have metal built into them, and they have power on them, and this does not. This is what keeps the chickens in and keeps the predators out. Here's how we take it apart real quick, just like that. Pop this guy loose. Pull the post. There's a spike on the bottom of each post, and basically you just take that and step it into the ground. I'm in my Hey Dudes and shorts here. It's hot, it's summertime, right? Let's walk over and take a quick look at the coop so you guys know what it's all about. Right here is our ramp. We have an automatic door. This is called Run Chicken. We program this door to release the chickens somewhere around 9 a.m. If we release them at sunrise, we have a higher risk of predators in the pasture. It closes automatically at night, and the chickens know to go up inside this coop every night. Are they crowded in here? They are crowded in here. There's about 70 chickens in this, and this thing's about 6 by 15. They roost here and they lay eggs here. They don't live here, they live outside. They go in here for safety at night, and that's what we have. This is called a rollout nest box. It's from Hen Gear. I'll post a link to it in the video description. Hen Gear also has its own style of latch, but I just use these little magnets for mine. You open that right there. See a lot of poopy in there, right? That's that butt fertilizer we like so much on the Stoney Ridge farm. It's called a roll-out nest box because the eggs are laid in here and they roll right down into this nest box. I do need to clean that out at some point very soon. All right, now, this was an old hay wagon, just like I said, pretty cool old hay wagon. If you leave the chickens in a place for too awful long, they'll dig little holes like that. So that's why we really need to keep it moving, especially in our yard. This is a pin system right here, and we'll basically back up our side-by-side and drop that pin into the side-by-side. Here is the feeder setup that we have. These are Brower feeders, and they will go right with the chickens. I'll post links to all this stuff in the video description for you guys. Roll out nest boxes, and let me show you something else. For predator proofing, this is what we use. We have solar motion activated lights that turn on throughout the night. So if a predator decides it wants to get into the chicken coop at night, these will light it up, expose that predator, and what is a predator's biggest fear? Being exposed. So we're gonna expose the predator, run them off, and that will save our chickens from being attacked at night or from anything getting up into here. Now, we're in North Carolina. We're in a pretty temperate climate, meaning our coldest temperatures probably get down to about 0. I leave the coop open up top. And the reason for the coop being open up top is so that we get good airflow, so that the manure inside this coop, and there's no smell, the manure dries out and it's easy to handle. Plus, if it gets really windy, you see how big this thing is and it sits way up off the ground. It would be very top heavy. If it gets really windy, it would blow it over if it were solid like this. So we want airflow, we want light for our birds, and we want it to not blow over and destroy our coop. And ask me how I know how one can blow over and get destroyed. The first iteration of this blew over and broke all to pieces. Cool. Let's go get the side-by-side hook up and pull this critter into the pasture. By the way, these are our waterers. These waterers hold up pretty good, but they're in need of constant cleaning and maintenance. It's just something to think about. You can buy similar waterers at Tractor Supply. I'll post a link to these waterers and you can see this one dry rotted. This one had a red top and I painted it green. The red top ones don't last as good as the green top ones. I don't know why. Maybe it's an ingredient in the plastic mix. Who knows? Oh, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hot butt. Man, that's hot. It's okay, birdies. Dad's coming. I'll be back. You think they understand me? I don't think so. Buddy? Hey, buddy. You want to come out and play with us? Yes, sir. I bet you do. Good boy. You've been so good today. Go poopy. Go poopy. Go poop and we'll go for a ride. Yeah. Want a hug? You want a huggy hug? Yes, sir. I know you got to go to the bathroom. I can see. Go poop. Do you guys know when your dog has to go to the bathroom? Can you like see the look in their eye like I gotta go, or the way they walk? I can. Buddy's a great dog. He'll be up here joining us in a second. It's our ABI manure spreader here. Uncle Jesse. The mobile coop for our meat birds. If you want to know more about that meat bird mobile coop, I'll post a link in the end of this video and you'll see it. It's awesome. Good boy. Good boy. Way to go. Good boy. I know. We won't run too long today. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, tight squeeze. We're going to put this puppy in 4-wheel and low. Tow haul right there. You hot, buddy? Are you hot? Are you hot? You're hot. I know it's cooler in the kennel. Go kennel. Get in the shade. Go kennel. Oh, tipsy. You got this, bro. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. I'm watching the mirror, man. This thing is, it's big. That's all I gotta say. It's a big coop. All right, we're gonna park right over top of these weeds right here, really. Trying to eliminate these weeds, and these weeds have bugs in them. It's called dog fennel. Pin, good to go. Position. We are down here in the pasture. We're not very far. We're just on the other side of the hay bales. I can still see them from the house because I still want to babysit my girls and my boys, but I need to make sure that the whole yard and the whole farm is getting fertilized. So what these chickens will do is they will peck through this. Let me show you. So they'll get in here and they will turn all of this over. It's probably still pretty wet. They'll get in and they'll kick through all this and spread it all out. You can't see it, but there are manure pats, probably 1,000 manure pats all around right here. This is called dog fennel. I'm not sure if the chickens will eat it or not, but inside the dog fennel, you see there are bugs, there are insects, ants, grasshoppers, all sorts of stuff. The taller the grass, the safer the chickens will be because the predator can't see them. Now, let's unhook this guy. And we're gonna let our birds out. Again, this is programmed really cool through an app on your phone. It's called Run Chicken. I'll post a link to it. Really awesome. The way that I keep the door shut, I drilled a little hole. I just take a 20-penny nail, stick it right there, the door goes up, let's show you. And it hits that nail, thus stopping the door from opening. So if I wanna keep them in the coop overnight, every night they go back in the coop. Hey, buddy. There we go. And then if I don't wanna keep them in the coop overnight, I just do that. So I'll come out after dark and slide that in. Let's open the door and watch the action unfold. Make no mistake, chickens are chicken. Watch them. They're gonna be a little bit apprehensive about coming out that door right there. Well, what will help to break the apprehension are familiar items like the feeders. Hey guys, here you go. There's the feeders. There you go. Get it. They're so chicken. Let's open up the door. They're gonna get spooked. There we go. There's plenty of chicken manure in there, plenty of room for the chickens to roost. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roost poles. We'll leave this door open for just a bit so that they all come out and get used to their new area. There we go. Awesome. Pasture, sanitation, critters. These guys will be raking through, cleaning up all that manure and fertilizing our pastures. Today is the first day and we're gonna keep a close eye on this. If it doesn't work, if we start having a predator problem, we'll run that Premier One poultry netting around. But I think it's awesome that we can have our animals outside, roaming free, truly free ranging, and they'll start laying, the hens will start laying sometime in the next probably month or so, and we'll start getting about 30 eggs per day off these chickens who are eating grass. Just a little food supplement, but mostly grass and bugs. We'll have to feed them a little bit more in the wintertime. That's totally normal, guys. Thank you all so much. That's the Pasture sanitation crew on their maiden voyage out into the cow pasture. I gotta go take care of the cows. We'll see you guys in the next Stoney Ridge Farmer video. If I were a king of a farm, not a queen, not a duke, not a prince. Beep, beep. That's not a horn. When you're climbing up the ladder and you feel something splatter, chickenry up. I put a hey dude in the poo-poo. Yeah. Life of poop. That's what a farmer chooses, right? If I forget the tripod. I forgot the tripod. I'm a dummy. Man needs a good dog. You can't stay in here. You gotta go. Go ahead. Get out. I know. It feels good in here, doesn't it?